There we go. Button's done. Oh man, what was the bad guy? From Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I cannot remember, but that's what I look like. Not. Yeah. Was it Krang? Krang? Krang there. Hmm. Hello. I bow to thee. Oh, goodness. Alright, so. What was. Let's see. Jessie, yeah, she said she left this up here. Okay. Don't hold that, Tiz. Yeah. a big thank you goes to JC for doing this up. So I guess we'll take that, and then we're gonna head over to the island. I've got obviously some digging that I would love to finish and get hopefully completed and finish a story that I started last time. And I just want nothing's really selling. Did I grab everything that I need? So last weekend when I was streaming, do I? Yeah, let's just grab those. I was in the middle of telling a story, and then kind of all of a sudden I had to leave, and nothing happened. I just had to get going on some things. Plans were in motion, and once everybody started getting up, we had to go. So we're gonna take a fly across the nether and out to the Mushroom Island. It's very pretty. Oop, too high. There we go. Yep. Oh, now bear with me this morning, as it is very, very early for me. It's only 5 a.m. So, you know, I'm still a little groggy. Little bit. I mean, this isn't too early, but normally I don't get going this early. This stuff, do I have a spot so that I can put this stuff? Yes, we got that, and I guess that can go in there too. Have I had breakfast or coffee? No. No. Now, why would I do something smart? Nah. Okay. Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4, 5. So we have 20 double chests of dirt. Is that enough? I think that's enough. I think that's enough to the point where I think we said in the last time that we're not saving anymore. But this oh yeah. Mud, need mud. There's not a lot left though. Then we can get to the transformation process. That's what I forgot to grab. Dang it. Wouldn't be able to word it all. You know, I'm pretty good from just shooting from the hip. Let's see. So we've got not a lot left. Not a lot, honestly. Okay. We can do this. We can work. Workstations. There we go. It is going to take me a little longer to like think. Oh, I did. Oh, look at that. I even healed all of the things. Nice. So good at this game. Oh, what else? Yeah, so how was everybody's stream weekend? I have not been able to catch anybody's streams or anything yesterday. I was busy. How was it? I'm sure it was great, as always. Ooh. Do have some drink here, but yeah, I was busy working on some projects, trying to finish up one. We're getting to that time of year again where work is going to be what's the best way I can put this? Crazy. Gonna be starting to head out of town again and things like that. So trying to knock some projects out. Let's see here. Just so that I don't have I don't leave things unfinished. Of course, the project I'm working on has been like ongoing for, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, and I'm just about done with it. I almost finished it up yesterday, so it's pretty good. Haven't caught much of stream weekend time zones, and caught up with some in real life friends. Morning, JC. Oh, we were just thanking you for the stomach friend. No? No, nope. But the schedule that we're going to have is going to be kind of cool because I'm going to be technically out of town for work 4 days a week and then home for 3 days a week off of work. So it's going to be a pretty odd schedule for me. And then it's going to be eventually it'll be out of town for a couple of months doing all the things that we do. But I'm excited. JC learned her lesson with Tiz and Foxy Skin and Major is different, huh? That's exactly what I just said. It looks like Krang from, well, chat helped me with the name. I could not remember. But yes, it does. So therein lies a few crazinesses with the schedule. We'll have to, like, figure out recording schedules. It's gonna really mess my recording schedules up this 3 days out of town, because I'm gonna be about 3.5 hours away from the house. So it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. I watched them, but I was so sleepy all day that I don't remember anything. Passed out during Lee's stream. Hello, Mushroom Cow. You scared me. I don't know why. I'm perfectly safe on this island. That's a good stream to fall asleep to. Yeah, I was busy all day. You know, I could have turned on the streams while I was doing my thing, but I would not have paid attention to them. I watched it's a live stream replay of a guy that I watch, and I'm probably gonna have to rewatch it because I don't remember anything that happened. Oh, but I do. It's so early. I'm so sleepy. I do have, like I said, a very interesting story that I started last week, and we got into it a little bit, but we're gonna get the rest of the way. and it is it's a real story. It's a real life story. Not a great story. It has some good parts. And you'll understand more of what I mean when we get into the story. But it's one of those stories that, or one of those things that I can tie back to a very, very pivotal time in my life. Essentially, the turning point of where I'm at now. I can boil back to this moment. It's an interesting thing, and an interesting life that was led up until foster care. Once we got put into foster care, life pretty much went to, you know, your typical middle class life. But before that, man, whew, she was rough. But anyway, before we get to that, work schedules are going to be crazy. I am working on next week's episode. I've got today's episode done, rendered, ready. Oh crap. Lofty, good morning, or hello. I gotta get a screenshot. What did I do? I had that video done early. Oh, that's right. I remember what I did. I'm asking you guys what I did in my video, like you know, because you haven't seen it. Where? I think we'll do like this. It doesn't really matter as long as this whole thing gets dug out. I'm excited. I'm so excited to get this finished up. Yeah, I got interrupted. Well, I didn't get interrupted. The house started moving. And I mean that, of course, metaphorically. My house does not move. But once people start getting going in the morning, it's time. It's time for me to get going as well. So we had to get it going. It's a hot 33 degrees inside, so not doing much. Oof. Man, I'll tell you what. The heat sucks. I'm so thankful for air conditioning. Yeah, so I've got a couple other little things. Yes, hype. Hey, Juliana. Don't forget. Like I got these two, man. Us Brits can't handle the heat, so I understand that. Like, for real, I understand not being able to handle the heat. I was not built for heat. I can deal with cold a lot better than I can deal with heat, but as I'm getting older, I hate them both. I'm just getting grumpy and sour. And I'm not that old yet. Yes, stay hydrated. But also, you've got to replenish salt in your body for non-athletes, people that just do general stuff in the heat. Even me, who's a construction worker, eating, a few times a day, snacks, is enough to replenish what you sweat out for all of the other things. Water is important, but resalting your body is also important. It's early morning. So yeah, looking forward to the work schedule. Looking forward to actually having 3 days off. And I shared some pictures in Discord. I think I shared them in my Discord. I can't remember where I share things and where I don't, but my wife's niece had a baby a few months back, and her getting back to work, the mom, she's asked for our help because the cost of daycare, And so my wife has graciously obliged, fitting watching the baby into her schedule. So we have the cuteness. Like 4 or 5 days a week, just depends on how mom and dad, how their work schedules are. Like my wife had the baby for maybe 2 hours on Friday because dad just had to go in and do a couple of things, and then he was off for the weekend. So it'll be nice to have Fridays off to be able to assist with that. I'm excited for that. Plus, with all the kids starting up school and stuff, it'll give my wife and I some time to hang out. Because I do kind of like her, Almost 11 years together. I think she tolerates me. So no, it'll be good. I haven't worked a 410 schedule in some years. I do miss it. I love 410s. Just like that extra day off is all it is. I know. It's insane. It's insane concept. To some people, it really is. I enjoy her company. I know she does enjoy mine from time to time because I keep her laughing. Mostly just by doing dumb things. But, 18 years of marriage and couldn't handle it anymore. Hey, man. I get that too, though. I really do. I really do. I've known quite a few individuals that have hung on to a marriage just because of the pure and simple fact that they had been together for so long. And dragging it out just made each party... I'm using the wrong spoon. I was like, why is all the mycelium? It was a choice. It was a decision that they had made to stay together, and they had their reasons for staying together as long as they did, but just because you make a bad decision doesn't mean you have to stick with that decision forever. And I tell you what, these two individuals are much, much better friends than they were together. They are living their best lives and enjoying themselves and the company that they keep, and I've never seen the two of them happier. And I'm so thankful that they made that decision. My mental health couldn't handle it, so I divorced. Best thing I ever did. I get it, man. I really do. But it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to be home. I can get a jump on the honey-do list that never ends. Now, my wife's pretty good about not giving me too much. This wall that I've been talking about for weeks that I'm working on. I've been working on for a while. I got the wall built and the sheetrock up, and then I pretty much just did not want to mess with it. And drywall is not my strong suit. It is an art form that I do not know or understand. So yeah. Kind of bailed on the project, but it's getting to the point where it needs to happen. So here we are. Still madly in love after 15 years. That's beautiful. I love that. But I also love Lofty, the mental health. Man, you got to take care of number one. I've explained to my wife for the better part of the last almost 11 years that number one has to be taken care of first before you can take care of anybody else. And it's hard. A lot of moms put their heart and soul into their kids and raising their kids and giving their kids everything that they could ever need or want, and completely neglecting their own well-being and their own mental health. And I explained to her many, many times, you want to spend all this time taking care of your children and you want to devote all your energy and resources to them, but if you're not here, how can you do that? Been a rough ride though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, marriage is not easy. Marriage is work. I'm not married, but been with my partner for 25 years. Some days are better than others. Hey, Eric. Good morning. Yes, it does. It does take bravery. You are right, JC. It does, and I really do believe it's not a selfish. It's not selfish to take care of yourself first. Now, when I say that, obviously, having your kids sit outside in the rain watching you eat steak while they're munching on grass is 100% neglect. But making sure that you're well off and that you've got the things that you need, as well as them having the things that they need, is a balance that everybody has to find. And you can't help anybody, you can't take care of anybody if you're not around. So you gotta take care of yourself. And yeah, mental health is I'm glad it's where it's at in this day and age. It definitely was not it was not great back in the day, especially when I went through what I had to go through, the different therapies and things. Yeah, if you give, eventually there is nothing left. And what do you have left to give? And then you pass the burden on to somebody else in the, inevitable and unfortunate, untimely demise. Because stressing yourself to the max for a long period of time will end up with you in an early grave. There's no way to sugarcoat that. I've watched it happen too many times. So, where are we at here? We got a little, I think we just got a little slice left. Yeah. So I think we want to go like right here. Start with this, digging it square. And then we'll go from there. But no, I do have a story that we were working on in the last live stream. Then TNT blasted all the Smith. I'm not TNT blasting it. We got changes and updates and upgrades, and it's gonna be a great place. And where did I get? I didn't get. Let's see. See, that's the thing. Control can never be. It's a weird balance, I think, in marriage where you have to have control, but also give up control. Right? Like, as human beings, we need some semblance of control in our life so that everything's not chaos. But at the same time, it's got to be mutually respected. Like, when it comes to purchasing of items and stuff like that, my wife has never been like, no, But we always tell each other, like, hey, I'm going to buy this. Or, hey, I was looking at the account, Can we get this? Of course, I don't think I've ever told my wife no. So she's spoiled? And that may be a problem, but that's a whole other story. Yeah, when it comes to like the day-to-day stuff, there's never a struggle. And plus, I'm the type of person, like, we were out shopping, we were getting, yes, I really do hope that your life has been elevated, to the lofty. I'm done with stupid puns. When We were out shopping, me and my wife, and the baby's starting to get to the point where she ain't taking the long 2-3 hour naps, little piddly naps here and there. Is excited with what's going on in the world, so fights the sleep, as we all once did, or most of us did, and regret as we get older. I would like to go back in time and apologize to all the naps that I fought. And we were looking at a couple of different toys, trying to give the baby something else to do, whilst doing the tummy time stuff and all that craziness that comes with the babies. And come across a couple of different toys and things, and my wife, which one? This one, this one, this one, this one. We spent probably an hour. No, it wasn't that long. It felt that long. But just looking at all these toys and stuff, to where I'm over like, okay, do we got the money? Just buy them all. Walking out of there with an armful of toys, realizing that when my wife and I do finally have grandkids, they're probably gonna be spoiled rotten. Yeah. And the baby loved the toys, which is the best part. She had a blast playing with them, had a blast sitting there. She doesn't like to lay down. She likes to be upright, seeing what's going on, hanging out. I tried to explain that to my wife when she was telling me how the baby was fighting and fussing, fighting sleep and fussing all day. I was like, she just loves hanging out with her aunt. She just wants to spend every minute. So, perfect. Look at that. And I even brought mud. I love the sound. Excuse me. You're gonna have, yeah. Just stay out of the hole, or that's where you're gonna live forever. Alright, so, you didn't give me anything for birthdays or Christmas and presents. I get excited like a 5-year-old. It's much better now. I have money. I can do what I want. That's great. Light Jen, good morning. Yeah, my wife has gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to birthdays and stuff, because her birthday falls so close to Christmas. But as you guys would have seen the video last year of me making the little coin ring, that was for her birthday. And then I always try to try to make sure that the gifts and stuff, at least one, we try to get each other stuff for Christmas and things. But the last couple of years, we have decided to take the money and go places. Take the kids places. We went to Florida last year, South Dakota this year. Yep. Vacations, man. Memories. Baby had reflux, so I didn't like lying down. Still has acid reflux, but we treat it now. Yeah, that's good. I've had acid reflux myself since I was 11, 12, somewhere in there. Not a holiday person. I wasn't either. I didn't even understand the concept until I went on my honeymoon. And, we've been together 11 years, but didn't get married until like 3 years ago. 4 years ago. We did one of the quick weddings, and then we had an actual wedding, and then an actual honeymoon, and all the things. And then after we did the honeymoon, of course, the wife was like, hey, we should invite the kids to this. And I was like, no. No, I'm kidding. But it is fun. It's good to create the memories and all of that. Let's see. Where are we at time-wise? Holy crap, we've gone 30 minutes already. I'm definitely going to try to go back to sleep after this. Got a lot going on today as well. I've got So in preparation to go out of town, this isn't like a normal out of town trip, so I don't have to get wild with it, like doing laundry and all that stuff. But I still do got to pack up stuff and get my clothes ready and decide if I'm going to take the computer for the 3 days or if I'm just going to throw back on some Pokemon Legends Arceus that I've been grinding out for a while. Got almost 150 hours in the game. Yep. Hunting a shiny Scyther at the moment. Just completed the decks for the family and hunting. It's always fun. Gives me something to do. Nifty Rat. Welcome Raiders. Welcome Nifty. How are you doing? Do I have this turned like all the way down? No. Stream weekend's going good. It's early for me, very early for me. My ideal streaming spot would be, who is it? Ricky? I believe it's Ricky that's next. But you know, as per usual, getting all of this organized, I was late to the party, so I got slotted in where I could. It worked out. It's worked out. We had to get up early, but hey, we can deal with it. Speaking of which, hey, Lawful. So, it's always a good turnout on stream weekends, you know? I really do wish I had the time to stream more and more often. But, such is life, right? When Silent did his little Q&A video, I watched that video. It was a good video to watch. One of the things that he talked about in there is he knew that if he wanted to go full-time, he was going to have to crank out the videos, and so he did that. You know, doing almost a video a day for a long time until he gained traction and started doing all the things. And it was a good video to watch for somebody like me who kind of hobbyist this thing for the most part. And realizing that the goal or the end goal, like what Silence, you know, he's full-time now doing his thing, that is not out of the realm of possibilities. It's just going to take a significantly longer time because of the time that I have available. Hey, no worries. Thanks for the raid. Tiz, good morning. It's a wild Tiz time. Yep. So there was a lot of useful information in Silence video, just probably not what people think. I don't know. I tend to try to read between the lines. Dragon Flame, good morning as well. See you there. So, last time... Yes, good morning. Last time we were telling a story. We were telling a story of my childhood, and it was kind of rough. My childhood was very rough. Up until 13 years old. Well, even then it was still rough. Up until like 15 when everything kind of settled down. Why is it always raining? Why is it always raining? I don't feel like I should have left the thunder. That's a good ambiance for the for the stories, man. Pain Dragon, good morning. So basically, I was telling a story of when I was 11 or... That's really loud. Oh my god, it's too early for the loudness. Thank you for the follow though. I do appreciate that, Sono. Um, yeah, I was always running. I was always running from the house. Um, this is a very very interesting time for me, and a very very like I said, I can think back of all the things that happened in my life, and a significant change in my demeanor, the way I carried myself, the way I handled. Wasn't paying attention. No, we lost the shovel. It's not good. It's fine. Whatever. You know, I built those shovels for this digging project. That's what I get for not paying attention. Anyway, so it's a huge turning point in my life and paved a path that I took for a while. Obviously, the type of individual that I once was is not where I'm at today. I'm in a much different and mellower place. That's a nice way of putting it. Because I was kind of wild there for a minute. So, first time chat from Sono. Hi, nice world. Thank you. The story I was setting kind of the whole thing up with. It was summertime, out of school. Used to hang out with my friends more than I would spend time at my house because it was not a great living situation. Food was an issue. Never had food. Never really had food in the house. Things like that, right? And we talked about friends with sticky fingers and they ended up getting busted. False stealing. And inevitably what happened is I did spend some time, running around, doing my thing, riding my bike, riding my skateboard. That kind of stuff gets very, very boring when you don't have your friends out and about with you. So, what was it? I talked about the yard sales type things that were in Germany where people would leave stuff out on the side of the street and you could go pick that stuff up for free. And that carried over, that was the way of life. And that carried over into living in the States to where if people threw stuff out, and it looked decent, I would take it. We found a stereo. I called it a boombox. It was an AM/FM radio with a CD and cassette player, which was an upgrade of my system, which was an 8-track/record player. Yeah, it had a cockroach nest in it. Yeah, we talked about that. I think I ended with I'd pretty much gotten the cockroaches cleaned up, the nest out of the thing, and I was moving on to the meat and potatoes of the story here with what was it? My biological father. I don't know the man. Even to this day, I don't know the man. I didn't know him then, and I don't know him now. Which is a whole nother story, little sub-story in its own. Him and my bio mom split when I was very young. We moved because she remarried a military man. We moved to Louisiana, then we moved to Germany, then inevitably Colorado. Things went from bad to worse once we got to Colorado, and then, of course, just been here ever since. This individual that was involved in my birth, and that's PG enough. The way that things would work out is basically like clockwork. Birthdays and Christmases, I would get gifts, and 99.9% of the time it was Legos. Up until about this year when I was 11 or 12, I finally called him and said, you know what? Keep it. Don't need it, don't want it. No reason to force you to continue to do something that I don't think you want to do. And that was the kind of the end of the whole tenure of Legos. But I had amassed a huge amount. I had a dresser drawer and then some full. And I think I was telling you guys, like, it started out. I was bored, man. I had the CD player working, no cockroaches. Legos out. I really need one of these days I'm going to get a camera so you can see all the hand gestures and stuff that I do. Because I talk with my hands, and then I quit mining. Anyway, I would take, like, half of my Legos and put that half away, and then I'd take another half and then put that away. I had like a self-imposed set of rules eventually where we would divide these Legos up until we had so many. A pile about the size of a coffee can would be the best way to describe it, and that is what I would build out of. It was a neat way to do it. I definitely had some weird creations, and I had some pretty neat things that I made. But eventually that got boring too. Now, at this time, I'm still kind of going outside, checking with my buddies and stuff, because this was the day and age before. I mean, cell phones were a thing, but this was before they were really a thing. This was the late 90s, early 2000s? Yeah. Because 01 was ninth grade for me. So anyway, it basically got to the point where the parents of my buddies and stuff were like, "Look, man, these little turds were caught stealing pens and pencils and dumb stuff. So yeah, you'll see them in school in September." I also told that story too, just to recap, that I was quite the little thief back in the day. Had sticky fingers myself, but what I stole was not goods. I stole food to eat, and I never got caught. Oh, I'm not that old. Mid-30s. I've just lived I've lived a life. Interesting one to boot. I've done a lot of things. I've worn many hats. I've experienced a lot of things, and I'm thankful for it. I truly am. I'm thankful that I didn't live a sheltered life, but at the same time, it'd been nice to be given the opportunity for a couple of things to work out a little bit different. But all roads led me to where I am. Successful relationship so far. Stepping back to the relationship side of things, I think when you get 15 years, 10 years into relationships, there's a degree of comfortability, and I'm guilty of this myself, to where the pursuit of the loved one, the courtship, so to speak, kind of dies off. And like I said, I'm very guilty of this myself, and that still has to happen. That feeling of being wanted and wooed and pursued has to continue. It's something that I've worked on in recent past myself, because marriage is work. Like Aaron said, it's up and downs and good and bad. I'll take it all. Anyway, I'm now probably 3 weeks away from school starting up. No friends are going to be able to hang out. The summer is gonna suck, and it did. It was kind of boring. Not doing my typical runs, I guess. And I was more or less by default confined to my house, and I took all my Legos and we decided to do kind of like a whole roleplay thing. Yeah, my friends did get busted for stealing, and I'm serious. When we were at like a Staples or an Office Max, Office Depot, one of those type of home office supply stores, and they were literally stealing like pencils. Idiots. I did get caught stealing one time myself. The one time that I stole something I didn't need, like food, I did get busted, and that really sucks because that went on my record. And when I went into foster care, that was one of the things that was posted on my thing was I was a thief. And the first foster family that I lived with tried to use that to their advantage. And I was a thief. I had to. There's a lot of things that I had to do to survive. I think we told that story. The first time I ever took food, I actually took a jar of frosting, and that's what I lived on for like 4 days. I advanced my capabilities and ended up, from that point forward, taking things like lunch meat and bread so that not only I could eat, but my siblings could eat as well. It wasn't just me running around. I had 2 sisters as well. But no, we decided to take like a role-playing side of things, and I decided to come up with this whole end-of-the-world storyline thing, and basically civilization ended, and we were scavenging for pieces and parts. It's funny, there for a while I had different Legos set up in the room, little Lego dudes holding blocks, and go scavenge the pile of blocks to build a house and shelter and food. And this evolved over the course of the next few weeks, 2 weeks to be exact, to a full-fledged city where I had, let's see here, we are going to collect some stuff. Got one heck of a hiccup, and I was trying to hold it back. Anyway, we had a full-fledged city, and the way my room was laid out was interesting as well. So what I did was, I definitely have a fridge full, I definitely have fridge and cupboards full of food. My kids do not go without. Not even a little bit. What did Ricky say? Very big difference between items and food for survival. As a kid, it's terrible. You had to be forced into that position. Yeah, it was definitely not great. There's more to it. I was on the free and reduced lunch program. So during school, I did eat, and there was a hiccup with reservations. I've told this story before, where basically there was a kid in my school that had a very similar name to me. First name was spelt different, and the last name was one letter difference, so I could actually go through one line as me and just get whatever the daily food was. The other line was like a grab bag where they had the same stuff. It was pizza, french fries, chicken nuggets, that kind of stuff, and you could just grab and serve yourself. And so during school years, I would go in the line, get my food, go eat real quick, go back in the other line, and then I would package that stuff up and take it home. And that's what we would eat off of. Like I said, not just me, siblings as well. Yeah, free lunch was a savior. So my bio mom did do 2 good things. We were on the free and reduced lunch program. And this was in the time when food stamps were still a thing, right? So she used to use those, but not to buy food. She was part of the reason they went away from the actual physical paper currency to a card, because the whole thing of people trading them for drugs and stuff is a real thing, and I witnessed it. The other thing that she did do is the Section 8 housing. Basically what that did is that took our rent. I think rent in that apartment even 30 years ago, well, that would have been, 20 years ago now? 22 years ago, was $600 a month. It made it to where it was like $60 a month. So being a single mom of 3 kids, she would work enough jobs to get, money for her extracurricular activities, and then that was it. But when tax season came around, she did use the money to pay for a year's worth of rent, which was smart, and then she would buy a little bit of food. I can't knock her then, on all of the things. If we would stretch it, man, we would try to stretch it all the way through summer, but it was never enough to get that far. And then just she'd go drink the rest away. So that is one thing too, and I've had this conversation with some family members that are going through issues with alcoholism and how it affects their family and stuff. And my parents that ended up adopting me, I've had the conversation with them, and they're finally kind of listening. When we got taken into foster care, that was kind of something they stopped altogether, as they just did not drink ever because of what we dealt with. And I explained to my folks that was wrong. As a kid, I didn't know, but it was very wrong of them to do that, because there is nothing wrong with having some friends over and having some cocktails and a barbecue and listening to music and laughing and having a good time. There's a right and a wrong way to enjoy adult beverages, and we were never taught that. Through trial and error, I learned, and I believe that my siblings also walked that same path. So, yeah. Anyway, look, I've said this, and Nav, hello. I've said this before, I'll say it again, we're going to have 36 side stories while we walk this path of the main story, because that's how I do things. I do a pretty good job of getting back on track, though, after the derailment. I did not have a free bus pass. The buses didn't run for us because we were not that far from the school. I walked. And in those days, Pokemon was a very prevalent game, kind of swept the world by storm, and it's the reason I played a lot of it. Ended up getting my hands on a couple of different versions, and the Game Boy was one of the few gaming systems that my mom couldn't take from me to pawn. So it holds a very, very special place in my heart, and that's why I love the game even to this day. I play it a lot. That's why I talk about my playing through it. That's why I've done the challenge videos on the other channel. Because I truly love the games. So I used to play them walking to school. As a matter of fact, when I got taken into foster care, the only things I had were the clothes on my back, the glasses on my face, and the Game Boy in my pocket. Because, Jinko jeans, man, we had huge pockets. Yes, I'm having a great day. It's going to be a great day. We're almost done. We're only an hour into stream, and the digging project is going to be done. I'm excited. It's not even really that big of a project. We're just kind of like flattening the area out. There's still going to be some depths. So I really dove into this Lego fantasy world. It was a nice escape from the real life, that was right next to me. And during the couple of weeks that I was messing around with this and coming up with this storyline and building all these different things, I never even seen my mom's. Yeah, she was definitely not around very much during this whole process. Jinko jeans, yes, I did do a little throw callback there, and G James was happening. Yeah, we're telling stories, we're talking. I've got quite a few stories that I think we're gonna dive into and share. I've shared a few on streams before, but I think we're gonna get. It's been a while since story time number one, number two, they're good stories and they're real life. Like I'm not embellishing on any of this, though I could, and you would never know because it's my story. Southeast Australia's getting a cold spell. Man, nice. So I didn't really see her these 2 weeks. In and out of the house long enough to sleep off the night prior, and 90s baby. Yeah, born in the late 80s, missed the cutoff to be a Gen Xer by 2 years, and that really pisses me off sometimes, but it's fine. No, we're building up this Lego city and doing our thing, and it was extravagant. Look at that, complete. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh man, it's all, I mean, it's not 100% flat, but we didn't want it 100% flat. We want the changes in elevation, and we want the terrain moving. So nice. We do need to take the beacon down, though. This could be a slight problem. Let's go over here. Let's go over here real quick. You guys are going to get a little bit of a precursor to next week's video, because we're doing a thing. This is as much as you're gonna see of it, but we're doing a thing. Yep. Anyway, early 85, still 80s, yeah, still 80s. Late 87 for me. It's 32 where I'm at in the UK. Yeah. We were talking about the heat. Okay. So we're going to go clean and take the beacon down. Anyway, I need to go... No, this is fine. So what I essentially ended up having was a bedroom. The floor was covered with different things and stuff. You know, buildings and vehicles and all the things that you could imagine. And it got to the point, I had a ton of Legos, but it got to the point where, you know, I had no more room. So the way my bedroom was set up was I had a dresser in my closet. Pretty astounding closet, mind you. Let's file some stuff under T for trash. I don't want any of this. And I eventually built up a ramp / a staircase up to the dresser, and then had some buildings up there, and we reinforced, and this is when I really learned how to interlock bricks in a very decent way. And I also had a bunk bed set up. So I eventually built like a bridge going to the upper bunk bed, which was really, really cool, and eventually made it, you know, sturdy enough to where I could roll my little vehicles and stuff across it and not have to worry about anything. I didn't have to worry about it breaking or falling or any of that stuff. It was cool. Let's see. This guy. Had quite the extravagant setup, and we were still in the process of moving more Legos in and all of those things. Let's see. I need to fly. And as I said, I hadn't really seen my mom in a couple of weeks at this point, and so 6 o'clock alarm's going off. This is normally when I wake up this time of morning to let the puppies out and to feed them. But that has already transpired. So one day, one fateful day, I'm just chilling in the room, doing my thing, building, coming up with new building ideas and new storyline in my head. Radio playing in the background, you know, we got a pretty awesome stereo at this point, and I hear commotion in the living room, front door open and close, and didn't think anything of it. And what was going on was my bio mom was coming home after a bender and decided she was going to come, you know, crashing in, and realized that she also has not seen me in a few days, so decided to come in my room. And when she came in my room, you know, there was a certain way you had to step through my room and traverse the many Legos on the floor. And she didn't, and broke everything. I mean, came in crashing, and then once you step on Legos, it hurts, and then you some choice words are going to be said, and then you're going to flail about, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And broke a lot of stuff. Now, a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of effort had gone into this, and then you couple that with the fact that this was kind of the way. Oh, I'm missing one. There it is. You know, this whole thing that we were doing was also an escape of the reality of my life at the time. And so I come unhinged a little bit. We're going to go heal our pickaxe because we do need it. And I did fix this. You guys will see today's video. I guess I could upload it early, huh? I did fix this, and I built the thing. Yep. Let's get some experience. And then what are we gonna do? I'm gonna go back to the base and get a few more things, and maybe we'll do some bone mealing and work on the island. Broke everything. Broke everything. I was so devastated, so mad. Jesus. Crap. Steve-O, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Come on. I gotta move. You're fine. I was so mad that I didn't really pay attention to what happened next. And what happened next is a huge turning point. Because I used to be a pretty quiet kid. Fairly good in school. There wasn't too many swear words. I did go off on my mom. You know, I called her a drunk and all these other things. And I called her the big C word that a lot of people don't like. And it's not really a swear word, but it is. And it's a nasty little word. And when I said that, when I called her a drunk C word, that look in her eye changed from the swaying back and forth of being drunk, and it was just a change. Almost an instantaneous sober-up moment, to which she was like, "What did you say?" And I repeated myself because, you know, I'm mad. Now, mind you, yeah, it's not a nice word to say at all. Now, mind you, we're talking middle of summertime, right? And I swear when I was younger, Colorado did not get as hot as it does today. Because you just had your window open and maybe a fan. You didn't need AC and all that stuff. My window was open. So when I said this and I repeated myself, she didn't like the repeat because she heard exactly what she thought she had heard. And she cocked back and hit me, punched me in my chest. as hard as she could. And she's about 5'6", but a stocky lady, like pretty built. Why is it always raining? Why is it always thunder and lightning? And so, when she hit me, of course it caught me off guard, and I stumbled back. And when I stumbled back, there was only so far I could go before I run into the wall with the window on it, which was open, and the only thing stopping me from falling out, per se, was a screen. So, not only did I fall back, but I fell out. And we were on the second story. I literally got punched out a window. And so, yeah, I fell out the window, and luckily, they actually had just resodded a lot of the area around the apartments to try to make it nice or whatever. So the landing was decent, and I landed flat on my back. But it knocked the wind out of me. I remember walking up the stairs with that, trying to take breaths, and getting back upstairs, and no apology, no nothing, but can use that word both ways here in Australia. Is it derogatory as a way to greet a mate? No, that's cool. I greet my friends with that word too, but it's definitely not a nice greeting. And so that moment was pivotal for me, because that's pretty much where my mind changed from being that young, almost innocent kid to where I had had enough of everything that was going on, to the point where I went from good grades and a decent kid to quite the delinquent and getting in constant fights and stuff like that. And what made matters worse is when I did, I forgot about the skin, man. We are going mining. Yeah, I started getting in fights, and then of course, kid hits me. I laugh at him, like, dude, my mom hits harder than you. And to this day, I've never been hit that hard. Again, I was young, and I fell out a window. So, yeah, it wasn't too long, later, school started back up, and I had quite the chip on my shoulder. And I remember we were a month or two into school, and I remember a buddy of mine, and I know his name. I'm not going to mention his name, but I know first and last name. I remember him. I remember the other kid. There was some issues. The other kid was running his mouth about my buddy. My buddy had had enough of it. And I remember I think I was getting ready to skip school, as a matter of fact. Don't skip school. So I was walking down the hallway, and I noticed my buddy sitting there, and I'm like, hey man, what's up? And I'm just waiting. What do you mean waiting? What are you waiting for? Well, he was waiting for the other kid. We sat there for a minute chit-chatting, and then the bell rang, and I was getting ready to duck out, And I watched my buddy grab that kid, throw him into a wall, 1-2 punch, be done with it. And so a lot of things changed in a very short amount of time, where I got into fights. I threw punches. I didn't throw words. I won some. I lost some. I ended up... There's a whole laundry list of things. I could tell you the story of the time I got jumped and put in the hospital. It went downhill fast after that. Yeah, boys in their fights. I didn't take kindly to criticism from that point forward, and anytime anybody made a mention of either being poor or trash or anything like that, which those comments were thrown around pretty regularly, I put an end to it. So, let's turn that off. Like I said, that was a huge turning point in my life where a lot of things changed. Demeanor, attitude, the whole 9 yards, and it wasn't always great. So, let's head back to the base. I want to get what is happening here? Oh, I have no arms, duh. Why is it that the other kids can tell if you wear hand-me-downs or get free meals? I don't know. It's like a sixth sense, because everything I did wear was like 7 sizes too big for me too, though. My mom ended up having a boyfriend with a kid that was 16 when I was 12 or 13, so I got all his hand-me-downs, and that's what I wore, and obviously not my size. But yeah, it just... That's why when I got taken into foster care, it also said that on my record thing, that not only, I was angry, I was a fighter, I was a thief. The craziest part of that was the first foster family that I went with, and the reason that I went with them actually was so that I could finish out school, which was pretty nice. I could finish out 8th grade. But they tried to tell the agency that I stole a bunch of their stuff to trade it for a Game Boy and a game. And I don't know if they got like money reimbursements or what, but it was definitely bogus. What do I have? Ooh. Often wondered that as I got hand-me-downs. Free bus pass. Yeah, kids are pretty smart, Let's take some of the... I'm just going to take it all. I'm going to take it all because I don't know what I need. Let's go back. Oh, yeah. No, it was not an easy time. They let kids carry a balance for lunch, so it was hard to tell who was on free versus prepaid. Bullied at school for it too, man. I was too, until this moment. At this pivotal moment, this is when I stopped getting bullied. And then the situations and stuff changed as I went into high school and into foster care and eventually adopted and all those things. And so my situation upgraded. Hello, Gast. Bye, Gast. And eventually I became the kid that would knock some teeth in if I saw somebody getting bullied, and that got me in trouble too, but that's a whole different thing, right? I did not take kindly. So the reason I grabbed the moss is so I can do stuff like this right here. I can change this out. Yep. I gotta go eventually around the entirety of kind of the shoreline is where it's more predominant. But I think we're gonna go to bone mealing. I do want to see something. Let's go ahead and throw this in there and then this. Perfect. Yeah, the bullying pretty much stopped for me. High school was all right for me. I wasn't great. There were still some kids that thought they were gonna try, and I wasn't having any part of it. Yeah, but that time of my life is done and over, and I can freely talk about it. It's fine. Um, it's a wild, wild ride to get to where I'm at today. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. If I bone meal this, can this overtake mud? It doesn't look like it. It definitely doesn't look like it. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Oh man, that's super awesome. Yay. I'm so happy for that. I was worried that it would. Favorite clothes growing up was from the Lost and Found at school. Bullied more through high school, man. I wish I'd have been at your high school, because I would have thrown more than hands at these individuals. I did not take to it. I remember quite a few times. Quite a few times. Getting in some pretty decent trouble for putting an end to the bullying that was perpetrated by some jerks. Yeah, I don't like it. Even to this day, I don't like it, because there are still bullies in every aspect of life. And I just don't, I don't do well with it. It ends up being quite a bad time for all parties involved, myself included. Hey, Chewbacca, welcome in. Yeah. But as I said, that was a very, very pivotal turning point in my life. It led to a lot of the places that I was at, and as I spoke last time, none of what I just discussed and none of what I said or experienced was great, nor was it okay. But when we got taken into foster care, I tried to explain to these therapists that regardless of it being wrong, right, or indifferent, it was still the life that we lived, and it was what was considered normal to us. And so getting yanked out of a situation and put into another situation that is not what you're used to can be trying on a child in its own right. And trying to explain to the therapist that, yes, I know, I agree with what you're saying, that this wasn't the right way to live a life and no child should have to endure what we endured. It's still our life. It still doesn't negate the fact that it happened. You can't just put a band-aid on it and pretend like, oh, this never happened. Because it did. It did happen. It shaped 3 young lives in various different ways. It became a staple of how we lived. And they fought me on that. They fought me on that a lot in therapy. Well, it's not normal. It's not normal. Yeah, okay, I get that. But the definition of normal is the person defining it. That definition is a very loose definition, because what seems normal to you may not seem normal to somebody else. If you think it's normal to eat cereal with water because you were too broke to ever have milk, then that's normal. Might not be right, but it's what is your normal. It is a mushroom island. I've got plans. I've got ideas. Very ambitious plans. Yeah, we're going to go through and change up the island, do a little mossification, do a little modification. It goes relatively fast. The mudding part is going to go less fast, but it'll be fine. It's a mushroom island, yes. Not their normal, but it was your normal. Exactly. Throwing punches at your brother's bullies, yeah. And that was the thing, another thing too, you know, they were like, oh, well, you're just so angry. You need to calm down. I need to calm down? Excuse me? You know what I mean? I need to calm down. It was really, really hard for me to talk to these people in a constructive way because I know they were there to help and they were doing their job. But at the same time, telling somebody the way they lived their life was completely and utterly wrong and unacceptable in society is not a very politically correct way, I guess, of dealing with things. And I tried to explain and reason with these guys and gals that, you know, yanking us out of our situation and throwing us into what you consider normal is traumatizing. Hello, little mushroom. You know? It has a whole different level of traumatizing a child versus what we lived through. And all I wanted, and all I was fighting for at this time was just a semblance of understanding. I didn't need the constant criticism of, you know, you're living your life wrong. If I hit back, the bullies would wait until break time and get you in the toilet. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, stretch. Where are we at? Hour 20? Almost hour and a half. Yeah, we'll do this. This is fun. This is so much fun. It's got to be done. I would make mud, but the mud machine is under construction. Yeah, it was like I think I told this story. So my actually, I think I told this story a while back. It's been a minute. But my little sister's dad was not a very kind individual. He also liked to throw hands. Ooh, we need to... He liked to throw hands, but in a different manner of speaking. I endured quite the... what do I got off you right now? You know, I'll take the mushrooms. I'm going to do the same thing with the mushrooms that I've been doing with everything else. And they're going to be turned into bone meal. I mean, this man whooped me more times than I can think of for all the wrong reasons. And there's many stories in that avenue that we could go down as well. But I spent many years at the hands of the abuse, you know, and more than my siblings can remember because they were young. And as a matter of fact, I would take the brunt if I could from the other ones. I would purposely go in. Thank you for the follow and the jump scare. Was for bullies, I'd never learned to stand up. It made me a way stronger individual. Yeah, it is. I couldn't escape. That's why I am the way I am today. Hey, you know, there's nothing wrong with you being you. There would be times where this individual would be ready to fly off at the handle, and I would purposely create situations that weren't needed to throw the direction of the rage my way as opposed to my siblings' way, to kind of throw them off guard, right? Basically redirected the anger my way. So It's just what I did. Where the I see. You know what? We're gonna go right here, and we're just gonna kind of go in a straightish line across the island. First time chat. Okay. No. Oh, no. Did not definitely want to do that. Oh, dang it. Yeah, we're not gonna do that right there. Nope. Took me a minute to figure it out, but we got it. Good morning. So you fast forward many years after sustaining a lot of things at the hands of this individual. We're getting to the point where, yes, we could definitely use some mods. That was all the way around inappropriate, and we don't mess with that. Yeah, no. You know, we joke and we laugh and we have our times, and it's not 100% PG-13 on this channel, but we try to keep it that way, you know. That's deeply rooted. It's quite amazing, because when I'm talking to people and coworkers and things, obviously I'm a tradesperson. So my mouth is, colorful. Colorful is a good way to say it. But when I get behind the mic, it calms quite down, just because though what I make, the content is not for children, I know that children are going to watch it. And I definitely don't want the same thing when my kids were watching certain YouTube. Like, who is this trash? Anyway, give me just 1 second. I gotta step off. Yeah, we try. We try really hard, and I think I've done a pretty good job. I've only slipped up on one stream where somebody was asking for a shout out, and I was like, no. And they're like, oh, my friend just died. And I'm like, well, I'm really sorry to hear that, but the answer is still no. And then they kind of flew off at the handle, and I was like, you know what? You got Construction Zap now. Content Creators app is taking a nap while I handle this. But no, let's see. Volunteer for mod duty. I'm still here. JC, you're still back here. Let's see. Can we? What do we do here? No. Yeah, I gotta... Don't you gotta type a command or something? I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing. I barely know how to... I barely know how to make videos, man. Anyway, let's see. There are things that can be said that may not be quite PG, but they're close. There's those... Yes, and a name like that is just inappropriate. They actually said a bad word in front of a small child without noticing, only after. It's just mod. There's no slash or anything. See, we gotta have a professional in chat like JC to know how to do this stuff, man. I'm like a barely functioning human being. Sometimes. Look, it's also really early. You have to be somewhat nuts to do what we're doing here, right? Like, that's the whole thing. No, this is therapeutic in a way. Yeah, slash mod. There is a slash. Scrub Lord. Hello. Okay, so let's do slash mod. Nope. Right, I think it worked. I don't know. So anyway, many years of abuse were at the hands of this individual. And so you fast forward to when I'm 14 years old. Ugh. You know, we haven't had too many issues with getting streams going and stuff, though this is a huge turnout compared to normal streams. It's nice streaming from home, too, because I'm watching, you know, everything. We're sitting at like 10% CPU usage, no drop frames, no issues from Twitch. It's awesome. I modded Eric, and then, yeah, let's see. I was waiting for your name to pop through to where I could see it. No. Button 1, button 2. There we go, you. Oh, JC. B. I tried it. Maybe it worked. Ay, Dios mía. Oh no, we gave JC all the power. She's mad with power. Yes, a VPN would definitely be something worth investing into, but what little bit is made off of this just kind of furthers the development. Like, I bought a new mic, I bought a new mouse, I need to get a new keyboard, I need to get another monitor. I'm trying to use the monetary gain for furthering and bettering the video content creations. I'll deal with the potential cyber stuff on my own. I know more of what I'm doing in that realm than modding people on Twitch. Oh no. Space Mama, oh no, JC has a sword, everybody hide. Eric also has the hammer. There's a couple other, I do have some mods, but I just haven't seen them in a minute. Anyway, going back, the story of the fateful Legos was very, very important because as I turned 14, when you go into foster care, the ultimate goal is to not take the kids away and give them to a new family. The ultimate goal does really rest on getting the kids back home and correcting the behavior or whatever the case may be. It's a case-by-case type thing. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards. So where? Oh, okay, I see. So the other objective that came into play was and it was for the better. They didn't want to take the kids. They didn't want to take us kids and separate us. We had already lost so much that the number one goal of the agency was to keep us together. So that was kind of the deal to the family. If you take one, you gotta take them all. We were like Pokemon. You had to take us all. Anyway. Discord. Are you asking for Discord? And hi, Julia. Good morning. I think there's a link that floats around in there. Where? No, there's not. Chat pause due to scroll. And as it turned out, nobody wanted all three of us, which sounds bad. Sounds worse than what it is. You gotta consider, and this is my thought process, giving benefit of the doubt, though I probably shouldn't. Taking on 3 children is a heck of a financial responsibility. So I get where some of the individuals were hesitant about. Hello, we fall down now. But it's still family. That's when you take your time and pull your resources. Oh, come on, stop it. Right? Like you band together. I don't know. That's not what happened though. Ultimately, yeah, it broke down to where nobody wanted to take on the financial responsibility. And so I do that all the time. Yeah, we ultimately were put up for adoption nonetheless, and the people that actually took us in as foster parents decided to adopt us. Yep. So it broke down even a little bit further. Where are we at? Ooh, we're almost back around. Boop. So they decided to take us on, which of course they didn't have to, but in that time frame, everybody else that was family got a chance to say basically goodbye, because that was kind of the end of the road for some of these people, or for some of these people being involved in our lives. What's the question? Yeah, there you go. Hey, I got a command. Look at that. I did a smart, I got a command. you know? One of these days we'll be a professional. Like, semi-professional? Like, you know, like AAA baseball or something special. Not special, whatever. Anyway, so the opportunity presented itself for the family to write letters or come physically say goodbye, and one of those was the human piece of trash known as my little sister's dad / my stepdad for a time. And as I kind of mentioned, you know, he was a big part of my did I get everything? I think that's good. A good setting for the story. Okay, he was a big part of a lot of different mental, physical, and verbal abuse. Let's see. I did this one. We could done this at the. If we had the space, I'd love to foster when the sun gets full. You hear so many horror stories of what kids go through. Yes. Blue cat eyes. Your name is coming up in a video very soon. BT dubs. Anyway, it boiled down, yeah, like I said, to where everybody could come say their goodbyes. So here we are at the foster care agency, just chilling, doing our thing, and this man walks in. And I go rigid with fear, but it wasn't because I was scared of him. It was because I was scared of what I was going to do. And I didn't know. I didn't have a plan. I didn't plan this out when this was all going down. I just knew that we were coming to the pinnacle of something. And yeah, he handed me a CD during our last little transgression. And I remember looking at the CD, which the CD was great, by the way. You'll have to watch the video to see what happened. You're being blamed for something. Let's just put it that way. It's not that you did it, because you're just being blamed. So, it handed me a CD, which was the Days of the New album. If you guys don't know who that is, well, look it up. It's actually it was a really good album. One of my faves. And I remember staring at this CD. I've got this CD in my hand, and I'm looking at it, and start thinking back to all of the different things, the beating me till I couldn't stand, the starving me, the dumping Tabasco down my throat, all the things that this man put me through. And I was like, really? It's one of those moments like I lived through all this and all I got was this t-shirt type situations where I that was literally what went through my mind. It's like I went through all of this and this is the consolation prize. I get a CD. Hello. Hello. Hi. What you got? Wool, honey, honeycomb. Oh man, we should have bought some of these. I can't, or I'm not going to, but I should have used those in the base. Anyway, sitting here looking at this CD, got it in my hands and running through all the things in my head. And this guy's just, he's got this smirk that I really, really wanted to wipe off his face. Because through it all, this man got a slap on the wrist for everything that he did. Literally. Just don't do that. A moss mini block? No, I'm probably just going to add a piece of dirt. Because we've done so much digging. No, I've got to go back through and clear all of this. Because we're not going to leave it like this. I definitely like the cleaner look. But you know, we're making heavy progress, which is good. Um, good. I've got rockets. We're getting low. But it's fine. Where are we at time-wise? We've got 15 to go? Perfect. Box already has dirt in it? Oh, no. I guess we could throw a piece of moss. Good morning, Jesse. So yeah, I'm staring at the CD, I'm looking at this, I'm going through all the things that this man put me through in my life. And he's got that smirk, that side smirk, that crappy little grin. You know. And this man was the bane of my existence. He's the reason I know why dog food, or how dog food tastes. You know, there's a lot of things that I endured. So I took this CD and I smacked him in the side of the head with it and caught him off guard. He fell over, and it took 4 grown men to pull me off of this guy at 14 years old. There's years and years of abuse built up, and I lost it. That was it. I snapped. And I got in a few good licks, and then they finally pulled me off. And the unfortunate thing was then, of course, I had to go do anger management, right? Because I was angry. So here's another time that I tried to reason with these therapists about anger and stuff and said, look, I am angry. You would be angry too if you, at 4 years old, got beat to the point where you couldn't stand, or sit rather. You know, got taken into the principal's office because you couldn't sit, because you were fidgeting in class, and ultimately got pantsed in the middle of, you know, your principal's office, which even at 4 years old, I understood that wasn't quite appropriate. You know, then get questioned by the authorities and the military police, and it was a whole laundry list of things. He gets a slap on the wrist, you move stateside, and then it just continues. It continued until I was like 8 years old. I think you would have the same mindset, is what I'm telling this therapist. And I said, I absolutely did not handle myself in the most proper manner. I will agree with you there, but I completely understand and know why I did what I did. And the fact that I could get a little bit of quote-unquote revenge from an abuser maybe isn't the best thing in the world, but it definitely helped me release some long held on to rage. And so, like I told the therapist, I said, yeah, didn't handle that situation correctly, but I identify and understand all of the reasonings and why I took the direction that I took. And the lady was like, well, you know, that's good. You recognize it. You can understand it. You can talk about it. You can define this, that, and the other. You know, I think, yeah, you didn't handle the situation great, but well done. And I was like, cool, sign my paper. And the lady was like, what? Sign your paper? I was like, yeah, sign my paper saying that I don't need anger management classes. And she's like, oh no, you definitely need anger management. I was like, well, this makes me angry. Saw a floating bucket, thought you saw a ghost. They should add ghosts to Minecraft. They got allays, right? Allays are just too cute to be scary. No, I ended up having to do like two anger management classes. I had to do one early on, and then ended up having to do that one again. Oh, it was stupid. It really was. It was just like going through therapy originally, where I'm trying to explain the normal situations versus not normal, and then also trying to explain that, you know, they wanted me to bring up all the things that happened, every little detail that they couldn't drag out of us when they were doing their investigation. They were trying to drag out of us in therapy. And I think part of what they were doing was trying to build a little bit better of a case against the bio mom, but we weren't squawking. But part of it was trying to repair damage that was created. And I told them flat out, there's no reason to talk about this. And they're like, well, yeah, you didn't deal with it. And I was like, well, it doesn't affect me. Like, it does affect me, but I've dealt with it. And they're like, no, you definitely didn't do it because you didn't do it with a professional. Well, you don't always need a professional to deal with things, right? Oh, yeah. It was constant. I'm pretty sure that my therapists were very happy when I was done. I really do. Problem be told not to be angry, have a total rational reaction to what happened to you. Anger processing. Oh, yeah, it was, like I said, like I told the lady, it wasn't handled, I didn't handle it correctly, but my response to the situation was not unjust. And they don't care. Their book, like I said before, mental health has come a long way. But basically their book was telling them that what I did was wrong and it needed to be fixed, and it was just a heck of a process. And I'm a perfectly fine, somewhat, mostly fine individual nowadays. I've got my coping mechanisms and my twisted sense of humor, and things I probably shouldn't laugh at, I do, and it is what it is. Jesus. Yep. So where are we at? We got 7 minutes before we hand it over to the Ricky Roy. And we have made... what am I doing wrong? I mean, we've made substantial progress on the moss. We still got a long way to go. Like, this is a huge area, but you guys see how quickly it can go. You just... Like, I'm going to pick a direction and go, and then fill this in. And then we can go through with a water bucket to get rid of most of this. It's actually relatively easy. Yes, I do have a bucket. No, wrong click, dude. I'm going to sit here and do this, and then do this. It gets a little crazy when you get close to the edges because of how water flows, so I just come through and punchy. But it goes relatively smooth. Yeah, let's use this. I do have the stream box. I don't have anything in it. You know what we should do? We should go back to the base with the last few minutes that we have. And we should put some mossy cobblestone in it. This way, it's a dual-purpose item, right? Because we have done some mossification and we did some digging. Yeah. With some stories thrown in. I'll get more into depth into some of the stories I kind of briefed today at a later date. Because like I said, therapy didn't go 100% the way they wanted. I didn't do what they wanted, but I can talk about the stories. It's over. It's done. It's who I am. It's part of me. It'll never go away. The only thing that I tried and strive for, of course, is to not repeat the process and carry it on to the future generations. Definitely don't want that perfect. What do I got on me? Let's go ahead and throw all of this. Yep. Superb. When you don't fit their program, but you where you need to be to confirm their book way of doing things. Oh. Okay. Okay. I should have checked Discord too then. I don't know. Change of plans. Alright, we got it. It's fine. Adapt, overcome. Yeah. You don't fit their mold. It's like I said, everything nowadays is more individualized and it's a little bit better. I think more or less therapy at its brainchild though is still about opening up and talking about the things and being able to talk about it is a way of learning from it, healing from it, those types of things. And we can definitely do all of that. Do I have? The question is, does I have? I do. Okay. Stream weekend. What do we want to say this is? Digging / mossifying. Yep, that's what we're doing. Oh, it broke. Okay, I guess we're making an anvil real quick. I wonder if I have enough iron. Definitely got enough iron. All right. Thank you. Lee, good morning. How are you, my friend? We're just kind of coming to the tail end of things. Let's see. Where do you want to meet, JC? If you missed the stream, obviously the VOD's going to be up for a little while. Weirdly sleepy, but doing okay. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. for me when I started this, so I get the sleepy. Have you guys seen him? We're still on the lookout. 2 more minutes? Well, you've got 2 more minutes. I'm just asking where you want to go, because I'm going to head that direction. You know what? Let's take a look at this over here. I have not been over... Oh. I have not been over here in a long time. Since I found out I'm not humble enough to join the humble side of things. Wow. Oh, there's a party going on down there. I don't have... Yeah, I didn't turn that on. Oh, this is that mud. The dry mud. I like that. And that's a house. Very nice house. Huh. Yeah, I really haven't seen this area in a... This is pretty cool, though. Little skyscraper and stuff happening. I've been over at the Mushroom Island playing around too much. We're doing good things. Ha. The skin. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we got something all the way up here too. I think this is new. I don't know. Oh, you know what? This is gonna get weird for a minute. No, I don't care about that. Okay. Da 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 da.
Oh.
I think we joined that at the same time.
Oh no, why can't I hear you? Why can't I hear you? I got diddlinks going. I can't hear you, Zap. I don't know why.
She's got.
Wait a minute.
Am I muted? Did she mute me? She can't hear
So
me.
weird. Output.
User volume.
I hear you. I hear you. I've got audio issues. Everything's been set to default. I can hear you now. You hear me?
Oh yeah, I heard you the whole time.
Okay. Good job I didn't say anything daft.
It'd have been fine.
Okay, right. I'm coming to meet you. Hang on. I need Elytra. Goodness me. I've got no music. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
see, I don't do the music thing.
I know, it just complicates things. Oh, it's dark as well. Okay, that's fine. Where are you?
I am on top of the tower on the Chaos Hill.
Oh, okay, I'll come meet you. I'm not far. Do.
Yes, music tends to overcomplicate things, and that's why I don't do it. Though I get comments, you should put music, you should do this. Nope.
Nah. No, do what makes you comfortable.
Just listen to the
So,
sound of my voice. Let
see
me
you.
lull
I
you
see
into
you.
a sleep. You're invisible.
We've still got Ricky.
Oh, there.
We've still got Ricky. Everyone's expecting Mickey. There he is. Got the mini Roy. Bless him. He's having audio issues. That's why I'm in a flap. I wasn't ready. Oh, dearie me.
Well, that's for you, nonetheless.
But I say, how was your stream? But I was there for the whole of it, so yeah.
It's pretty good. It was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to pass everything over, and I hope you have a great
Lovely.
stream.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I can't remember what I was going to do now. I'm all a kerfuffle. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. All right, let's do that. All right, so we're going to dump everything over to JC real quick. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of stream weekend, and I'm glad you guys hung out for as long as you did. Oh, so Raid, let's see if I can get her name correct on the first go around. Did we do it? We did it. We did it. Right, so, yep, thank you guys for stopping in, and make sure to show JC all the love. Hey, we're almost professional, Lee. We're getting there. See you guys later.